So what is meant by running no problems? Obviously that's the channel name, but what do I mean when I say running no problems? Well, perhaps it can be better explained through giving a little bit of background into myself. I am a 40-year-old husband and dad of two, and I have two dogs. I've always liked running. It's always been a passion of mine. And, I've gone through stages in life where, I'll be running for, several years, several months, okay. And then life happens and then, it falls off or I become injured or something like that. Well, over the past few years, it's been more and more, I simply don't have the time to run, right? I don't have, the hours throughout the week that dedicate to training as I did in the past. And so it's become a lesson for me to try to figure out when I can actually get that done and make that happen. And basically what I've come up with is nothing new. It's that it's on me to get the running done if I want to get it done, to get the training in if I want to get the training in. If I have goals that are related to running, then it's on me to make it happen. Because all the other things, work, family, jobs, duties around the house and other commitments, especially family time, I prioritize family time because, they deserve it. I deserve it. And that's what they need. Right. I see people that, they're able to, get their training done during the middle of the week, probably during the middle of the day, when, at least for me, I'm at work. And also during the weekend when during times that I know that I'm with my family. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. That's just not what I do, right? If I'm going to get a long run done in the middle of the weekend, then it's getting up at whatever time I need to get up in order to make that happen and still be home in time for the family. I used to work night shift a lot, so the same can be said about, doing the same thing, but just in a PM side of things as far as the time goes. So, additionally, I can think of times when I was at work and I would have to be, creative as far as, to get my run in. And again, because I had so many, commitments here at the house and with the family, that I found myself available during my lunch break at work to get some kind of running done. So I was the employee who, during my lunch break, instead of sitting in the cafeteria eating, would go and, take a couple miles run during my 30-minute lunch break there and come back and, clean up and everything. So there was a bunch of logistical stuff that kind of went into that. But again, it became pattern and more of a, if I want to get the miles in, then this is what I got to do. And so that's what I did. And it's just been one unconventional thing after another. Where conventional to me would be, fueling properly and getting enough rest and giving enough time for your body to warm up and all that stuff. I am probably one of the more unconventional runners for sure, because I know that there's just such a small finite amount of time to be able to get it done. I do try to cross train. I do try to warm up. I do try to get my flexibility in addition to everything else. But at the end of the day, I will turn. I had one more point to this segment that, especially when I'm at work, I know that I can control what I'm doing. So I've chosen to stand instead of sit at my desk. And throughout the day, I have, some devices underneath where I stand, and we'll stretch out and just try to do some kind of dynamic stuff while I'm at my desk. And then, every couple of minutes or so, I'll move around. And then every couple of hours or so, I might even do some squats, kind of unseen, and just try to get some blood flow and some leg work in. So I try to mix in, these little, unseen work type things that are related to running in throughout the day. Just sprinkle it in there. So I wanted to add that. My run in, when I finally am able to do it, into a lot of those things, where the first quarter or half mile is just kind of warming the body up and getting moving. I mean, it's going to happen anyway, but for me, I'm not spending 10-15 minutes doing some dynamic stretches or warm-ups or any of that stuff. because I simply don't have time for that. And that's something that I need to work on. And it would just be, instead of a 30-minute early minute run, I could do a 20-minute early morning run and do 10 minutes of stretches or something like that. Basically with the long-term plan being, we don't want to get injured or suffer any consequences of not doing that stuff. So that is something that I need to work on. I also mentioned running for mere mortals in the channel description, and also, in some of the short videos that I'm doing. Well, a mere mortal, it can be anybody, but to me, kind of the mind paradigm, the vision that I have for that is, I think about myself and people in similar circumstances to myself. Those with jobs, those with families, those that are working, those that, don't have the luxury of, hours per day to train and run and recover and fuel and all the things that go into that. Very similar to what I was mentioning earlier. That the content and the audience and the community, in and around this, is your working parents, who want to strive to make themselves healthier, want to, get running incorporated, either as, a new hobby, a new sport, or continuing a previously, continuing a sport that you were doing previously, but then life got in the way, and now kind of coming back into it and facing obstacles, like we are facing the same obstacles together, and how to overcome that and achieve. That's kind of where I'm going with the content here and kind of the channel. It's a fun channel. I think that the things that kind of go into allowing us to run are what gets the attention and what gets the organization and sorting out, where when we finally get that stuff taken care of, then running is the prize. Being able to get the run in and go through that is the prize, and then all the things that go with the run, right? The putting on the shoes, the getting up early, the, warming up, the feeling of, your heart, really, having to work hard, that this is proof of life, all right? This is a microcosm of life. And once it's done, especially if you're going into an unpredictable, perhaps stressful day, for me anyway, getting that run done first thing and tackling that hard thing before I'm going on about my day, I can face the rest of the day with more confidence, with a clearer head. I just feel better overall. And that could be the endorphins, it could be the, cerebral perfusion and all that stuff. But I think also there's a psychological element that, you got up early and you address this difficult, it's difficult, right? Let's face running for what it is, but you achieve that goal already, and you haven't even started your day. And so that kind of plays into it a bit, and that's kind of what I'm after with the channel here. So I figured I'd sit out here, unlike most of the videos, it's not a shoe review. It's not, me with the cool music and running. But I just wanted to get some thoughts off my head onto the camera here about what the channel Running No Problems is about and kind of where it's going. It's everybody's channel. It's all of our channels, We'll keep prioritizing running, and we'll keep prioritizing life, because the two are inseparable, and you can't have one without the other. All right, well, hopefully everybody's doing well. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.